Welcome back to Misskaci's CyberBeauty channel. Today I want to show you what I pack in my bag before hurricane season. So first, we're going to talk about how I prepare the items I pack in my bag, and then I'll show you what I have in my bag. And you'll see what's coming up shortly, so keep watching because I also have a story to tell you on what I experienced with the storm. So let's get into it. So when it comes to packing your bag before the actual hurricane season, you want to make sure that you're packing before the summer season. Initially, winter to spring will be the ideal time to stock up from the holiday season. You can stock up due to reduced prices now. I know that we're all going through COVID and some of these items may not be available. At this time, this is why I'm saying you should want to do this 5 months from winter to spring, because when those items come back in stock, you can mark them off your list and decide what you don't have. I have a small disclosure. So this is by any means necessary, not to give you any reason to hoard our items. We want to make sure that everyone is getting what they need, and I am going to show you what I pack in my bag. Okay, yeah. So the first item that I pack in my bag is non-perishable food. So I'm going to show you what I like. You can always change it up and make it your own. Okay, guys, so these are some of the non-perishable foods that I have in my bag, and I'm just going to grab them out, and I'm definitely going to go down the list of some of the items that I do have in my bag for hurricane season and when I pack, okay? So the first item of the perishable food item is, of course, the Power Up Trail Mix. It has a lot of nutrition. It's protein packed, very fulfilling. I definitely love this. I always get like maybe 2 or 3 bags of this because it definitely lasts me. It does build up your immune system, you guys, so that may be something to consider. And it tastes very good. These are dry goods, so they're not going to get nasty or spoil or anything like that or go bad. So this is a great protein source, especially if you're hungry. I definitely use this if I'm traveling out of town or if I'm going over, of course, during quarantine, if I have to go and evacuate. This would be something that I would definitely pack in my to-go bag just to get me by. Just a nice healthy snack to use, so you can definitely use this. Okay, and I'm going to show you some other things in my bag. Is some Lay's potato chips. I don't know about you guys, but I love me some Lay's potato chips. This is a great salty snack that you can have and nibble on your way out, especially if you're grabbing and going with your family and you're sitting in the car. This is definitely a great to-go snack. Now, another item that I like, and I do have a sweet tooth, so I definitely love Sour Patch Kids. These are great if you're having a little craving here and there. So another thing that I'm going to mention, and this is just me, I love fruit cups. So they're very quick on the go if you're needing fruit. And yes, you can bring regular fruit, but less in case if some of the fruit may go bad and you may be out, or you may be getting close to a family relative house, or let's say you may be out of power for a couple days. Some things are not going to be perishable or last. So you always want to get these things that are instant. You can definitely eat them on the go without doing the canned one, because of course you need a can opener. These you just pop off the top and you just eat them, as long as you have a plastic utensil, of course, and then of course you can throw it away. And these are throwawayable as well. So you have a couple other items that maybe sometimes you're not really thinking about it, but I do have a item which is the Star Kiss tuna chunk light in water, and it does have the omega-3s in it. I do want to say this. I did use this during the storm when we were out of power, and they don't need to be refrigerated, you guys. They do not need to be refrigerated. I do like them to be cold refrigerated, but you can always put this on ice, and that will cool it down for however you need it to be cool. But you don't need this to be refrigerated. Instead of doing the can, because you have to actually get a can opener, this is quick and easy. You just tear off the top, dry good, because it doesn't require any necessary or mess or anything like that. You can easily throw this away when you're done. Another thing that I do want to mention is some instant roasted garlic potatoes. Now, I love these. These work wonders for me, especially when I was going through the trying time of my actual teeth. So this is what I use to eat, but it's also a great source to use to eat when it comes to the storm. And I will mention this in my story. You'll definitely hear about it, but thing that you do eat and consume, and that is good old Airborne. Now these are the gummies. I like this flavor in particular. It's the actual. It has the grapefruit, the zesty orange, berry, and this is really good. Like this is a really good source, especially when to be safe and be cautious. So I am gonna go over that as well. Take this and to build your immune system, because when you leave your environment, especially if you have to evacuate your home during a storm, you want to make sure that your immune system is built up so that way you're not catching the cold. Now I'm not saying this prevents COVID-19 by any means, small disclosure, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying you want to make sure that you build your immune system so that way any other colds or anything else you're not getting sick. So definitely consider this. Now I do have the original Airborne, and that's only because if I run out of these, I have these at the back of the store. I may not like them, but I will definitely take them if I have to. And the same thing goes if you go around other family members. Make sure you wear your mask, of course, and your gloves, and be safe. And keep your social distancing even if you're around families and friends. So, speaking of masks, so if you have to actually leave out and travel out, you want to have your mask ready to go. Definitely put this in your bag. Because of COVID-19, we want to be safe. We want to make sure that we are wearing our mask. We're not contaminating anybody else or causing anybody to be sick. So please wear your mask. Safety is first. Have a first aid kit. That is the next thing that I would mention. Safety, first aid kit. So you want to put on your mask, but you also want to put on your gloves. So anytime you touch a open wound or somebody's hurt, I have a bigger first aid kit than this, and I'll definitely show you. So between these two, you can't go wrong. Like this actually comes with all the essentials that you need. It actually comes with band-aids, comes with tropical medication, instruments, and wounds and dressings. And I'll actually open up and show you what I have in here for the most part. So you do get an extra spare glove. So I can show you. Get a spare glove in here. And it does come with certain sterols, like, of course, instant cold press. You're going to need that, especially if somebody hurt themselves really, really bad. And, of course, bandage and wraps and even the other devices as well. Now, I did add some things to this. And when I mean I did add some things to this, I did actually add a form of scissors to this, because sometimes in certain cases it doesn't come with scissors. And I did personally get some ointment and other products as well, like antibacterial ointment and of course disinfectant like peroxide. So those are some things that I do use for anybody that has any cuts, bruises, or get hurt in any way or form. I want to be able to make sure that we're being safe, but I also want to make sure that my loved ones, and even including myself, basic essentials. But you want to have some tools to help you to clean your wounds and to be able to do things. So this is always perfect. You can even bring the backpack if you can. Now this is personal bags, so for personal bags like your kids' bags and yourself, of course you want to carry. If you're an adult, you're going to carry the big one, but if your kids, always pack one individual in each bag. Because let's say you forget a bag when you're leaving, you want to make sure that you have one. Okay. Okay, you guys. So I did mention in my video early in the beginning that I will basically tell you about my experience of my story during the storm. So you're going to catch it in my next one. So it is to be continued, but definitely go over those tips, and you'll definitely see the next video about my story, what I experienced through the storm. Okay? Please like and subscribe this video. Love you guys.